All right, what happens when you mix business with academia? Well, according to the Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce, brilliance happens. Robin DeLaVergne and Doug Pace from the Chamber of Commerce are here now to talk about something called the Education Connection. Welcome to the both of you.
Oh, thank you for having us.
All right, so Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce does so much great work. This is only a part of it, but we're here to talk about the Education Connection, which is what, Robin?
Well, workforce has always been a very important aspect of what the Chamber does, of how do we prepare the workforce for the jobs that are here, how do we get the people to come to fill the jobs that are available. And so that's part of our strategic plan. We started looking at, okay, how do we keep the young people here that are going to these great colleges and universities, and how do we match them with the jobs? And that's really where we came up with the Education Connection. The two pieces have to come together.
And not enough of that is done, is it, Doug, in terms of really marrying the two and trying to connect the two to keep all of these great graduates in the Tampa Bay area after they graduate from the wonderful schools we have here.
And that's exactly right. And as we started looking at the program, that's what we saw is there's these kind of false Chinese walls, if you would, between academia and the business community. So when we started putting together the program, we said, well, how do you create incentives on both sides? What drives the individual universities or institutions, and what drives the businesses? Obviously, the businesses are easy, right? They're looking for a workforce. They're looking for the skills to do what they need to.
Hopefully more and more they're looking for a workforce, right? As things improve.
Well, we're seeing that a lot, too.
Yeah.
But then we said, well, what are the universities looking for? And obviously, as we talked to the professors and we talked with the presidents of the individual institutions, research projects, real-world experience for their students, curriculum. They wanted feedback on the curriculum and if it was good for the individual employers. So when we built Education Connection, we actually built it around a three-pillar scenario where it's internships and workforce.
Well, that's what comes to mind, when you say this Education Connection is internships. I was an intern, which prepared me for the business that I'm in. But what other incentives are there out there, and what else can you do to make this connection stronger?
Well, the other two, obviously, curriculum influence is one because the businesses want to influence the curriculum, and the educators want to know if their curriculum's valid.
So in other words, give them real-world curriculum, if you will?
You got it.
Right.
Exactly. And then finally, and the one that's really been a great driver and the one that I'm most passionate about is corporate partnerships. And an example of corporate partnerships, Susan Stackhouse, who's my co-chair on this program, she said, well, what do you mean by corporate partnerships? And I said, Susan, she was in retail, if there was a supply chain expert at University of South Florida, wouldn't you want to have coffee with them? She goes, yeah, and then the University of South Florida person's there, and well, we do have a supply chain expert. So Susan ended up going to coffee with the supply chain expert, professor at University of South Florida. What that ended up happening is they created a partnership where she is having a consulting agreement with that professor, and then that professor is using two interns to execute on that consulting relationship.
It's like building blocks, one step at a time with these great connections. Now you have a wonderful man coming to speak, Don Morton from Microsoft. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, it's going to be a breakfast at the University Club, and he's going to talk about one of the things he does at Microsoft is really the whole university connection. And
so he's perfect for it.
He's perfect for it. He understands, how the business works, all that, and he's a former football coach, so he understands how the universities work.
You got it all going on there. All right, Robin DeLaVergne and Doug Pace, thank you so much for being here. For more information, go to their website, tampachamber.com. Education Connection.
That's it.
All right, we'll be right back.
Thank you.